Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's webinar, which is all about giving you some information on how you can niche in a health niche, which is what I have put together. And I like to call it a business in a box. And my name is Natasha Denman, and I'm the creator and founder of Ultimate Weight Loss, Lose the Last 10 Kilos. So I want to give you a little bit of information, and as I said before, and I know a few new people have come on the call, so I'm going to spend the first 10 minutes sharing my story. It might not take as long as that, and then I'll get stuck into the presentation for about 30 minutes, and then we'll have about 15 to 20 minutes Q&A time. And by all means, please interact with me throughout me talking to you. Awesome. So here we go. Well, I was born in Macedonia at the age and immigrated to Australia 14 years ago. At the age of 14, and I didn't speak any English. And life was actually pretty ordinary and safe in the decade that I spent working for these optical retailers you can see on your screen. I always strived to be the best, to achieve, to win awards, but deep down I knew there was so much more within me that I could contribute and enrich around me. My husband went as far as becoming a franchisee of one of the big optical retailers, as you can see him here in the screen. And I thought we were then really taking it to the next level until 18 months in, when he made a really poor decision and lost that business. We were suddenly faced with a high quality problem. I was a manager for the same company, you can see that on the bottom right, in a different store, and working just 3 days per week. Our income dwindled to a quarter of what we were getting. We had 2 mortgages and expenses that we just made with both our incomes at the time. Basically, I had to face that big change was upon us. At the time, I didn't know it, but life would never be the same again. I went through the normal stages of denial, anger, blame, depression over the following 3 weeks, and I needed to make a decision. Would I crawl into the pit of misery or accept what happened and resurge to a new identity and a way of life? I was fearful of the unknown. It was so far out of my comfort zone, but the pain of our livelihood being threatened and my 18-month-old son at the time to look after was huge. After all, as we know, some of you are coaches, we do more to avoid pain than to experience pleasure. So this was a big motivator for me to step up and take responsibility for the future. I realized that I can't wait for others to make me happy and rely on that, and that I am the only one that can give me the things that I want and need. I wasn't sure if I could do it or that I was good enough to go out on my own building my dream lifestyle. Now, I want to share with you my dream lifestyle consisted of part-time work, 6-figure income, holidays 4 times per year, and lots of quality time with my family, eventually leading to a passive income lifestyle and retiring at a young age to do whatever I want, whenever I want, wherever and with whomever. So I studied human behavior and had a degree in psychology and psychophysiology completed. So I started researching life coaching. After 3 to 4 weeks of deliberation of which school to choose, I made a decision and I stuck with it. The one thing I've always had within me is a passion for learning. So doing another course was something I was really looking forward to. Was I in for a ride? I now know the journey started off by me helping myself first for the first few months, getting to know myself and really getting that awareness and learning to speak and think in a different way to what I was before. I also hired my own coach and mentor who is still with me to this day, 2.5 years later, giving me advice, asking me those really cool questions and sharing insights and opinions that I haven't thought of yet. Now, I want to tell you about my first 12 to 18 months was so challenging, to say the least. Studying, working 3 days per week, raising my 18-month-old on the other days, pregnant to my second child, writing a book, and working around my husband's schedule to fit in the sessions I was coaching people. About 60 hours a week in my business. TV was no longer on my radar and still isn't today. Socializing was on the back burner, and every spare moment and dollar I invested in my business education and growth. In this period, in the first 12 to 18 months, I made $7,000. The publishing of my first book, The 7 Ultimate Secrets to Weight Loss, and the rebranding of my business to Ultimate Weight Loss, Lose the Last 10 Kilos, was the turning point when I finally started filling up my coaching practice and started to generate a great living out of my business. Those around me also started to be very curious rather than skeptical as to how I was doing it and wanted more and more to discuss the progress of my business. I had some of my dream lifestyle. I had the 6-figure income within the second year and a couple of holidays per year, but the quality time, that freedom and choice we all crave, that was still very elusive to me. I was working hard to make money. A belief that I had since I was a little girl watching my mum work 3 jobs to support us. I was exhausted and I missed my family. This was no longer so much fun. My mentor actually always encouraged me to write down everything I did in my business, to systemize, Natasha. And this I did. The one thing I was great at since the beginning was being consistent in my actions and my processes. One day I met another coach that had licensed his business. He was allowing others to work under his business umbrella for a fee. This is where the seed around licensing was planted in my head. I started talking about it more and more as this being my intention for the future. I didn't do anything about it, but I talked about it. I told everyone, I'm going to license my business in the future. Then one day, another life coach that I met networking asked me to show her what this licensing would look like, and I straight away sat down and put together a proposal. The first proposal was very much far off the mark. I was still selling my time for money, but it got my thinking started. I worked with many clients by that stage in their businesses, helping them with business mentoring and coaching. So through the brainstorming in some of my sessions with my business clients, I realized I was making things more complicated than they needed to be. You know, the big principle of KISS, keep it simple, stupid, is very, very important in business. So I rejigged the offer and presented it to that same life coach again, and she was delighted. And within a few days, she gave me the go ahead and she came on board. I set a date 4 weeks ahead for the first intake of Ultimate Weight Loss Coaches on December 1, just last year. So this is only 14 weeks ago, guys. I worked towards getting more licensees and setting up the legal agreement with a lawyer, and I signed up 7 in the next 4 weeks. And within 3 months now, we have 25 Australia-wide in every single state, as well as I've got 5 under one of my other brands, that Ultimate Business brand, a brand that you can see on the screen. So now I was helping hundreds of people at once achieve the ultimate mindset for losing their unwanted weight and improving their health. I was also helping coaches coach, because there's so many, and that's one of my other passions. So many life coaches go out there as a generalist and wonder why they can't get any clients. Being an ultimate weight loss coach that helps people lose the last 10 kilos gives them a real point of difference with the tangible system that you're here to learn about tonight, which is the Ultimate Mindset Success Program, which is a 12-step transformational system. So out of the 25, 10 got their first paying clients within a week from joining, and 4 or 5 of them have already paid off their fees within a month or 2. I mean, we've only been going for about 14 weeks. So now I'm helping others achieve their dream lifestyle and health. And guess what? In turn, I have got my dream lifestyle taken care of. My involvement in the business nowadays is pretty minimal and very balanced with my life. I love it. My husband is running it with me, and as he was also able to quit his job but over Christmas, and he has an admin, mentoring, and licensing coordinator role while I'm the face and the presence of the business. So it's really fun. We travel often. Actually, this year we've planned weekends away and 2 big overseas holidays nearly every month. And we can run this business from anywhere in the world. And we're already thinking ahead in how we can help our licensees get to that next level. So we're setting up this executive licensor level where they will also have the ability to license people and mentor them. I'm big on helping others work smarter and not harder. So the person I am today has a very small resemblance of the person I was 3 years ago. I'm confident, I'm courageous, I'm resourceful, I'm certain, and I'm self-assured. I love my life, I love my family, and I love making difference in people's lives worldwide. So that is my story. That's never shared it in so much detail, but I wanted you to get a gist of the background and the things that have happened to get us to where we are. Often people don't hear about what was happening beforehand and all the grueling hours, and you turn up and they think that you're an overnight success, and really it isn't like that. The other thing I wanted to show and share with you, let me just check in on if there's any comments or questions. Just a few hellos. Jane said, hi, Natasha. Hi, Donna. I look up here as a Donna organizer, but Donna's my partner in the Ninja Business Chicks brand, and we share our GoToWebinar account. But why did I choose lose the last 10 kilos? I wanted to choose something that I would be really congruent with. And this gives this particular business such a point of difference. When you go out there, if you just say I'm a weight loss coach, it's still way too broad. It doesn't talk to anyone. Yes, it does talk to people who want to lose weight, but when you say I lose the last 10 kilos, you wouldn't believe how many people come around and go, oh my God, yes, that's me. It's like you're talking to me. So it's really effective in terms of how it's presented. And I'm very congruent with this because that was my journey. Back in 2005, that was a picture of my 28th birthday. I had those extra 10 kilos that I didn't want to have and went on a journey myself, and have always been able to recover and maintain my current weight of 57 kilos. So that is why I chose that niche. And at the same time, my husband also had his own journey in that field. So we're very passionate in terms of helping people, and our licenses as well, helping people achieve their ideal weight through the mindset program so that it's permanently and sustainably off forever. All right, so let's get cracking into what all of this is about, so you can learn and see if it's something you would want to do in your own life and implement it, because there's a few different ways, and that's what I'm here to explain. So why would you niche in health and wellness? You may be asking. Well, some of these statistics are huge. You know that Australians spend $1 billion per year on quick fixes in health. And the big one, even bigger one, is the second point there, that they actually try 4 health solutions each year. So why shouldn't our program, or the program we have created, be one of those solutions? So there's an abundance of work out there in terms of health and wellness. Over 64% are overweight or obese, which we, I think, 1% ahead of the US. And really, I can't change that being on my own. So, to do something, there needs to be a lot of people involved in order to do something about the epidemic of obesity and people being overweight. And you know what? It's really, really rewarding. I can't tell you how much fun I've had coaching. I no longer coach people on their weight. I do a lot more of the mentoring role within the businesses, but how rewarding it is to see someone change. First of all, I believe they shift internally, and then the external follows, and the transformation is amazing. And that's why I have called it a 12-step transformational system. Cool. Jane just said, I thought it was Natasha. It says Donna talking. So hello, Jane. Yeah, it is Natasha. Awesome. So very, very big reasons why health and wellness, it's an amazing area to niche in. And that's why I chose it. I had my own journey. I had other passions, but I thought this was something that I really want to get cracking on, because so many people, it starts with a thought, and you'll see a little diagram that I've put together later on, which I will share with you. So let's get on to the next slide. So who is this ideal for? Well, as I said earlier, coming from a life coach background and having studied that and having been surrounded by a community of life coaches, the majority of the people who have undertaken the licensing program are life coaches, and that's about 70%. And then we've got different representations from the other categories here that you can see on your screen. So we have personal trainers, we have a nutritionist, we've got a couple of chiropractors, naturopaths. I think we've got 3 kinesiologists. I have a podiatrist as well. Health and wellness professionals, we've got 2 or 3 weight loss success stories. people who have lost a lot of weight and have kept it off, so and are keeping it off. So those ones are also ideal because they've got that story that they can share and inspire their clients with. And also lately we have been getting quite a lot of people who do want to work from home, and because we've advertised this opportunity on Seek, and we're getting quite a lot of phone calls from, say, nurses and people who want to get out of, say, a day job environment into working from home or being self-employed. So that's who it's perfect for. It's perfect as a standalone business that you can do just it, or the other people like the chiropractors, the nutritionists, the other health and wellness professionals, they're all running it in combination, so as a value add to their business, and they're more doing it in group settings for clients rather than one-on-one. What are the benefits? So the benefits of the Ultimate Weight Loss business in a box is that you can either run it as a standalone or package it up with your current services. Because a lot of nutritionists and personal trainers I've spoken to, they say, oh my God, 95% of it is mindset. And that is where this is the missing link that fills that through. There is an increase of their hourly rate per client because they're presenting a couple of different solutions, not just nutrition, but they're adding in the mindset program. And there's an opportunity to really run this program one-to-many and leverage it to make thousands in one weekend. So really, $10,000 in one weekend is not far off the mark if you can get 10 people in the room and to run them through this program. So you can make passive income because there are many products behind it that you can use. They're not nutritional products. As we get on through the call and I explain all of this, you will see that it's all through intellectual property. So I've never claimed myself to be a personal trainer or nutritionist. So everything this is about is around the mindset. There is no need for other qualifications. We actually do certify people and we provide a certificate at the end of the training. The program can be undertaken immediately. So we had someone come on board on the Saturday, I think when we launched it in the start of the year, and they had a paying client by the Tuesday because she spent the whole weekend taking herself through the whole program and listening to all the trainings that were already pre-recorded and just going out there taking action straight away. She's one of the ones that paid off her fees like in 2 or 3 weeks. And we not only deliver the training of the mindset program, but absolutely, I'm huge on the business growth. I actually think it's more important to give people the tools they need to become a successful business person over the content of the program, which is also important to learn and get the language around. But the business stuff is where also I have a very huge passion around. All of this is tax deductible as part of, if you were to become a licensee. And there is a referral incentive. So even anyone that is not a licensee and is one is also open to this referral incentive. So if you do know someone that would benefit from this program and you were refer them to us, we pay out $1,000 instant deposit for when they become a licensee. So we've done this about 3 times already for people. And it used to be only $500. It's now $1,000 because we like to say thank you, and we are getting more referrals through those that have received that incentive. So it's really, really exciting. This is what I was talking about before, and that it's very much, I come from the belief that definitely our thoughts, our language creates our reality, and that we are what we think about most. So Ultimate Weight Loss in this program is about that. It's about handling the top section of this trifecta of wellness and really dissecting it. I have found a lot of people learn a little bit in this area, a little bit in that area, and a little bit in the other one, and try to provide people with a complete solution. However, I think you can't be a jack of all trades. You need to focus and to become an expert at one thing. So this is where I am the mindset expert. And this is the program. So the program is 12 steps. So it's called the Ultimate Mindset Success Program. It's a 12-step transformational system. So I'm not going to read through all of the steps. You can see them right in front of you. But each of the steps is designed to work through with a client over a session. Now, usually this would be, let's say, a 3-month program if it's run weekly, or 6 months if it's run fortnightly. That would depend with yourself and your client, or it would be a weekend training. So if you don't want to work with people one-on-one, you can choose to fill a room once every couple of months and go along and run your training and leverage yourself and really just make a lot of money one weekend. It's designed to reprogram the subconscious mind. It's about taking action. So at the end of each of the steps, there are 3 action points for the client. So it really is a step-by-step system that it's easy and effortless to use when it comes, because what I found, and this is because I also mentor a lot of students that I'm part of coaching, because I do a lot of webinars for the Coaching Institute as a facilitator, and I find that they go out into the world selling themselves as a life coach and not really having a tangible solution to a problem. So that's why people don't see, I mean, life coaching is amazing. That's where I came from. But I also know that selling myself as that for the first 5 months really it really wasn't helping me, because I didn't have a paying client for 5 months. So this gives them a point of difference, but it gives them something to talk about with their clients, because often what I found is that come and ask the really cool questions, but then when they needed to continue the training or the coaching, like have a continuity program, they run out of things to say. Whereas this is a system where you know what's going on each and every time. And if your client's committed, they also have the action points, the 3 action points. So I'm a very big believer that the being comes with the doing. That's one of my favorite sayings. You got to do the things repetitively, consistently, if you want to become the person you want to be. And I know that from my own story that I shared with you. The one thing that I was very good at is consistency and taking action. And actually, I've got a surprise for you at the end. I am writing a new program which will become part of this as a secondary program you can do, and I'll tell you all about it. It's very, very cool. So these are the 12 steps. Let me just check in. Okay, you're all intently listening, so there's no questions, and I know because I told you that to leave them to the last 15 minutes. Now, these are the business growth essentials. So there's so many of them on the screen. Some of you probably are struggling to read them. I just thought I'd inject them right in here to just tell you how passionate I am about helping businesses grow and prosper. And within these, I only coach and train people around the things that work to be able to monetize and make money within this program. So my top 3 marketing strategies that turned my business into a 6-figure business was networking, social media, and running workshops. So mind blank. Networking, running workshops, and social media. So all of those are intertwined among these, as well as joint ventures, setting up joint ventures. And those joint ventures then lead into workshops. So the things that are most important that I train within this is how to set up joint ventures, how to use your social media in the best way possible, so that literally 80% of our business comes from social media now. And then 20% now from networking. And I no longer run workshops. I will be running a full weekend workshop in June. However, that will be as a professional development weekend for people, for the licensees, as well as some other people that want to attend it. So there's so much juicy stuff around growing a health and wellness ultimate weight loss business. And we actually share all the templates, all the systems. There is a separate folder which is called the Business Explosion folder, which gives you everything. All you got to do is just pull them out and use them. So they're the business growth essentials. How does it work? So I'm sure like you're curious about what does it include. And what I've done is I've divided this into a set of intangibles and then tangibles in terms of what you receive. So I want to explain this quite thoroughly, and this is where I'm going to spend a few minutes just to explain it all to you so you can see the benefits of it. So number 1 is that you get your online webinar trainings. Now, we have run this training 3 times over. So we have a variety of 3 lots of trainings that you don't have to re-listen to the same stuff. And I also, when I ran it face-to-face, I did the video. And I'm waiting for that video now to be edited into 1-hour episodes, and it's being sent back from overseas where they've been doing all the cutting and pasting and whatever it is that they do. But there is so much online training available. We give our licensees 3 hours one-on-one sessions, which are customized just for you. And this could be a combination of the time with myself or with Stuart. It doesn't matter. Some people have used Stuart and some people with myself, but that's over the period of the 12 months. So then there's unlimited laser coaching and support. What that means is that you could call us up at any time, 15-20 minutes on the phone if you need it, and ask for what you need, and we're totally open to that, and people do use it. And that's a real big bonus, that you've got someone at the other end. And we always encourage our licensees to send us their marketing materials so that they can get some feedback from us, and so they can move out and present it into the public the best way possible, so they can get a lot more return on their investment. Unlimited email support, of course, both from myself and Stuart. So we are we've got double the power now with Stuart coming on board, and he's just so fantastic. He calls the licensees every single month to make sure they're going okay, what support do they need. So we're very big on ensuring they're successful, because if they're successful, we're successful. And as I said to you guys, once I worked out how to make other people achieve their dream lifestyle, ours is totally just getting taken care of. And we're just having a whole lot of fun watching it unfold in front of our eyes. Then we write a newsletter, a fortnightly, which our licensees can then forward on to their people. So what that means is it's not written in any sense that it represents any one person. It gives a lot of weight loss tips, mindset tips, and inspirational quotes. So it's something that is very important, because so much of another marketing strategy is that I've kept up with my list fortnightly through my newsletters for the whole 2 years and 10 months I've been in business. And through that, I've had a lot of clients come to me. Opportunity to co-author a book. I love writing products, and as you might have seen in the earlier slide, one of my other businesses, which is also licensed Ultimate Business Edge, Create Products for Profit, is I have authored 3 books now and 4 programs, and I just love it. And if anyone wants to write a book, I'll write $5,000 words for them, and also assist them in getting their book out there. I'm so happy. I'm helping quite a few people do that right now, not licensees, but other people who've approached me to do it. So definitely that's part of the deal. Ability to produce collateral branded with Ultimate Weight Loss. So if you want to brand as with our branding, you're allowed to as a licensee. However, if you want to brand under your brand, of course you're allowed to. There's no restriction with that. There is, or you can co-brand. Whatever is you'd like to do, we're very flexible in that way. Website profile on the list of coaches of Ultimate Weight Loss. So part of our website has where if you go to meet about us and then meet the coaches, then you can see a full list of all the different coaches there. Then we do monthly webinars for ongoing support. So these are live webinars to help untangle any challenges, any things that have popped up, and deal with them. They're really, really interesting about the things that come up in those. And then you get area exclusivity. Now, this is a point I want to really explain good, because area exclusivity just means that I don't want to have an Ultimate Weight Loss coach in 3 coaches in one suburb. So in Melbourne and Sydney, we are going per postcode, and it's just so we don't congest the area. However, that does not restrict people in networking outside of their area in terms of doing workshops. The only restriction that lies there is direct mail, and direct mail is something we don't advise that you do because it doesn't work. So don't let that sort of put you off. It's the area exclusivity just means that I don't, because I live in Greensboro in Melbourne, I don't, obviously I'd be hanging around this area the most, but I'm not going to have 5 Ultimate Weight Loss coaches here. So we've only got 1. And then the most exciting bit at the bottom of this screen is your ability to apply for executive licensor level. This is the next level. So once you've coached 10 clients and have gotten testimonials, we will train you up and you will be able to do what I do, whereby providing the mentoring, the support, and working smarter and not harder. So this is where you get a license to license. So my intention with this is not to turn it into a multi-level thing. It's only ourselves and then a team of executive licensors who will have their own team. So that's pretty much my vision of where it's going to go. Then we go on to the tangibles. And the little picture here on your right-hand side of your screen is the full kit that licensees receive as part of, becoming an ultimate weight loss coach. And part of it is the one on the left-hand side is your Ultimate Mindset Success program. So this is the program that you would work through with your clients through the 12 steps. And this is the program that you would need to provide your clients. So in terms of how you would work with people, so when we get to the slide, there is a monthly licensing fees, and then every time you get a client, you would need to purchase a manual from us to work with that client, because of course that's got the CDs, it's got the papers where they do all their exercises, and in actual fact, it's not the licensee that pays for the manual, it's actually the client that does. So there's nothing in terms of out-of-pocket costs until you've actually gotten a client. The middle one is the Ultimate Business Explosion Manual. And that is where you got your policies, procedures, templates, all your step-by-step, do this, send this email, say this in this email. It's basically everything done for you in order. And you refer to it and you learn. A lot of the time I'll get a phone call and I said, have you looked in your folder? And they go, I'll check it out, and they find their answer in there. The third folder is a program I wrote a couple of Christmases ago, and I thought I'd give this one as a bonus in part of it. It's called 7 Hours to Achieving Your Ultimate Body. And it's just a little bit more of the content around the 12-step program. It was obviously the mini version of it. Just a little bit of extra stuff that you can listen to so you can get really good around the language and understanding of all the concepts within the program. Then you've got your 3 mini products. So all of these extra products you can end up selling at workshops and making some markup, I guess, dollars from. And you get a copy of my book, as well as a CD at the back there that you can see in a little cover, which is the CD that you can transcribe in your own voice. We give you the rights to do that. And then you can go out there and promote it, and people can actually listen to your voice and not my voice. And then we provide you with all the PowerPoint presentation slides so you can run your own workshops, as well as PowerPoint presentation slides to run teaser or taster workshops, whereby you run it for about an hour, and then you have an upsell at the end, and you get people to come along and then experience step 1. So the most successful way we've gotten people to get paying clients so quickly is for them to go out there and promote step 1 of the 12-step program at $15. So 90% off at full price, say it was $150 per hour. And then the person comes along, experiences step 1, they tell them about the whole program, and 95% of people have been able to then sign up that client for the full 12 steps. So that's been very, very successful and works really well. So that's one way that you can promote it. All right, so then we have a community, and our community consists of having a secret closed Ultimate Weight Loss Coaches Facebook group where we post all updates, we support one another, we ask questions, we share successes, challenges, whatever it is. And it's just been going crazy lately, and I love it. And it really is becoming a big family. And then we have a Dropbox shared folder where I share and give access to all the licensees to new files, new trainings. I'm constantly in creation mode. So my role is very creative. I want to continue adding things onto this package, not just leave it as it is, even though I think it's an amazing value as it is. But I just continue creating. And as I said, that I've got a surprise as to what extra program I'm writing right now as we speak. And then we've got the monthly support webinars, which happen every month, mid-month, and everyone gets the recording. So if you can't make it to a call or to something, there's always stuff that's recorded and converted into MP3s, as well as videos and all that sort of stuff. And there's a whole licensee area, membership area on our website as well. All right, so at the moment, as I said, we have 25 licensees Australia-wide, and this is the breakdown in terms of where they are, in which states. and obviously there's the most in Victoria. And I also have, as I said, in my other brand, another 5. So altogether, we're looking after actually 31 altogether. We're looking after at the moment, and it's just been so rewarding. So this is the costing structure. The costing structure is 4,764 plus GST. And that breaks down to $397 plus GST in terms of monthly installments. That's a 1-year commitment. And what happens after 1 year is that we ask you if you would like to renew or would you like to stop. And we know that some people will renew and some people will stop, and that's okay. So option to renew after 12 months is at $247 per month plus GST. So that is cheaper in the second year. As well as a bonus, we give a program manual supplied. So at the start of the second year, if you happen to have renewed, you will receive 12 of those 12-step mindset manuals, and those manuals are priced at $200 for the licensees, which means it's $2,400, whatever. I haven't worked it out in my head. I think it's it's $2,400 worth of product, which pretty much nearly offsets the licensing fees. As I said, certification is provided, and there is a 100% money back guarantee, whereby we have put together how you can earn back these licensing fees documents step by step. Again, document to tell you what you should do in month 1, what you should do in month 2, what you should do in month 3. So to ensure that you will not only earn them back, but earn them back tenfold. Because I believe it's totally achievable and doable, because when I went out as a coach, I had nothing. And the tangible nature of this program, it's what really gets people, and they can see it, feel it, touch it, and it totally removes that buyer's remorse, and they just really enjoy it and love getting to know themselves. So this is the exciting part. The exciting part is that I'm putting together a brand new program right now. I've already written the first step. I've got it all mapped out, but it's called the Ultimate Procrastination Cure. So because all of you that have come on the call tonight, what I'm going to do now is, I'm going to cut and paste this little link here that I have at the bottom, so you don't have to copy it off the screen. I'm just going to copy and paste it into the question box so you can get it. Okay, let me go back to the PowerPoint. So what I have started writing is the Ultimate Procrastination Cure. It's 10 easy steps to banish it from your life. And because I have witnessed so many people have this issue with procrastination, I thought it would be a perfect marriage with the Ultimate Mindset Success Program. And I just wanted to add more value within my licensing programs. And this will work well in weight loss as well as the business one. And I thought, why don't I add this in with to the guys and really give them another 10 lots of, sessions that they could run with people, or an alternative that could help people move through something that they have been procrastinating about. So that's the first bonus that I'm very, very excited to offer you tonight. The second one is attendance to the 2 full days of personal development. So the weekend is happening June 1 and 2. And what's going to happen is we're calling it the Ultimate Health Business Explosion Power Weekend. And on the first day, I'm going to have my coach and mentor run the first day and train people up around their target market, how to market for them. It's, I think, the 4 elements to a successful entrepreneur. I believe that's his name of the first day. And the second day, I'm going to do live the Ultimate Procrastination Cure program. I'll deliver it live. So that's going to be a huge, huge weekend. We're expecting 30 to 50 people to come along. So I'm happy to throw that in for you guys for free if you were to become part of this program. And then my other book, which has just recently been released, which is You Can Live the Life of Your Dreams paperback, which I co-authored with 12 other coaches in different niches. So there's a total value of bonuses of $5,024. So what you would need to do if you want to become part of this is you do need to have an interview with either myself or Stuart. And what we're doing is we're working right through this weekend. We're going to work tonight, Saturday, Sunday, and we have opened up 17 different appointment slots via Time Trade. So what I put in the question box there where I flashed it up and you got that little link was that hyperlink. And if you were to go to that one, you can electronically book yourself for one of the 17 appointments, whichever one suits you. There's appointments tonight. There's appointments tomorrow morning, midday, afternoon, evening, and Sunday as well. So because next weekend is Easter, we thought, you know what? We'll work hard. We'll talk to, even if you just want to have a chat with us and find out more, that's cool with us to do that, because we, even if you want to pick my brain about something, I really, the way I've come into my business is that I've invested a lot of time and a lot of free time in helping others. So that they're all the different bonuses. And the one thing I want, before we open for Q&A, look, I'm perfectly on time. I'm right on about 15 minutes to go. As I said, if you're not a person that's ideal for this program, by all means, if you do know people that are a coach, a health and wellness practitioner, a personal trainer, nutritionist, tell them about us. I'd love for you to tell them about us, and then perhaps get yourself that $1,000 referral incentive, which we offer, and remembering that there are tax advantages for you. So I'll leave it on this on the bonuses slide, or if you want another slide, let me know. But now I'm going to open up the floor for some questions, and then we'll just ask me whatever it is that you want. All right, we've got one question here, and it says, I know one of the licensees, and she says the support is really fantastic. Would I get access to you as well as Stuart for mentoring? Yes, absolutely. And we get we give our licensees a similar code, as you can see on the screen, like the time trade to book in an interview. So they get a code if they want to book in for 15 minutes or 60 minutes or whatever it is they need, and they can just book it in. So what this does, it's an amazing system. And if you don't have it in your business and you do make a lot of appointments, start using it. It's something like $47 a year. And to set it up, and it removes the need for people to ring you, go back and forward, check diaries. Like this, you book yourself in electronically, and then you meet together at the time, and you have the appointment. So yes, you would get access to me as well as Stuart. Nah, it's not just Stuart that does it. He had, I actually, guys, I also still coach people one-on-one. I have, how many have I got? I still have 19 clients that I am working with, and they've been my long-term clients. And slowly I do want to let go of, transition out fully, but nothing happens overnight, and I am really enjoying doing that with people anyway. Let me ask, let me see what other thing. Do I have to buy a manual for every client that signs on? Is it $200 each time out of my pocket? No, it's not out of your pocket. It's out of your client's pocket. What happens with the manuals is we have made it even easier for the licensees, whereby they pay $50 for a deposit. And because obviously sometimes they haven't collected enough fees from their client, and they're not cash rich, because early on in business it's time rich but cash poor. So we've made it even easier, whereby they can order their manual at $50 and then pay it off once they've collected more fees, and they've got a 60-day payment term. So and yes, you do have to buy a manual for people that you want to run through the program, whether it's one-on-one or in a group. So Deb says, they do give great support. Thanks, Deb. Deb's one of our licensees. So actually, guys, if you do want to ask Deb a question, I didn't even realize a couple of the licensees would be on the call. But if you want to ask a question of Deb, post it. I'll read it and she'll answer. Pauline says, how much does each client pay? Okay, that's a great question. Thanks, Pauline. So we have put together sample packages. So what I might do, actually, while we're here, oops, I don't want to press that button. I'm going to open up the sample packages, and this is how it's all set up. So this is our Ultimate Weight Loss Coach Dropbox, and in here I've got, which box was it in? Hang on. Bonuses, handouts, flyers. Oh, I have, hang on, guys. Maybe I have put it somewhere else. All right, I can't find it right now. I think I might have moved it on the website. What happens is, Pauline, the one-on-one packages cost $1,700, okay, for the person to go through it. And it's actually what you provide the client is a table of value. And the table of value includes not just, the one-on-one coaching, but includes like a lifetime access to the clients area on the website. Again, you'd provide them email support, laser coaching. You might get them a diary. You might get them weight scales. And all of these little bonuses or little products I used to buy from eBay, and give them like scales, heart rate monitor watch, a copy of my book, all of those bits and pieces. And that would make up the big package, which is valued at $3,000-$4,000, and they're getting it for $1,700. So that's about, if you divvy it up by an hourly rate, that's about $135 or $140 per hour. And then in a week, in a group setting, and this is only our suggestion where to start at. Some people will get really proficient at this and they can charge more. So you're very flexible. We don't own your customers. You guys actually own your own customer. Like, we have no ownership of your clients. The only requirement is that you get them a program. And on the weekends is $1,200. So if it's in a group setting, it's $1,200. So that means it's $1,000 in your pocket. And in a one-on-one setting, it's $1,700, which means it's $1,500 in your pocket in terms of taking someone through the whole program. So I trust that answers your question. I want to find I actually do want to find, maybe I can, let me just look up here so I can show you the table of value, because that would actually make more sense. Oh, here we are. Ultimate Mindset Success Program packages. All right, let's see if that shows you guys. Okay, cool. Yep, this is it. This is it. Beautiful. Here it is. So can you see? Yep. Okay. So you can see here, you could sell it to a person as a do-it-yourself, where they pay $297 and they just buy the manual off you, and you can give them like unlimited email support and laser coaching and all of that sort of stuff. Then the middle one is fast track group coaching, where it's priced at $1,297. What I also suggest strongly to everyone is that you offer your clients a payment plan. Like, payment plans rule. That's how it makes it more affordable for people, and that's how also the licensing is affordable to get in on. So then you can make your money back ASAP within the first couple of months. And then the personalized one-on-one is this third column here, and that's also got 3-month payment plans. If you wanted to break this down for a client to make it 6 months, I mean, at the end of the day, you will get the money. And I believe it's, being flexible and seeing how you can work with people so that they can achieve the success that they want to achieve. All right, another question I have: how much time would I have to devote to this business to be successful, especially in the first month, because I have a job that I want to leave and make this my own baby? Thanks for asking that, Jamie. So I always say to the licensees, I would devote the first month to immersing yourself in terms of reading through all the manuals, listening to all the CDs and training calls and all of that sort of stuff, so that you get the language around it, you feel really comfortable with it. But at the same time, I'm saying to them, don't wait. Tell people that you're doing this and invite them along to experience step one. Get talking, start talking and start interacting with people. That's how those 5 or 10 people who got their first paying client in the first week, that's how they did it. They basically went out and told everyone what they were doing, and people took interest, and then all of a sudden they're ringing, I've got my first paying client, and that's like a big breakthrough. I can tell you, it just puts you on a real high, gives you that confidence you need to go out there and do it again and again. And what Stuart and I have recorded, I did a bit of a role play, and in my consulting room, and we role played how this first session would go. So how would you run a curious to committed session? And he was the client and I was the coach, and I took over 45 minutes. I took the licensees through how that would happen, and it really worked well in terms of showing them what to do at which stage of the session, and how you would talk about and what language you would use. So definitely, I say, is as long as you're one step in front of your client, you're well on the way to delivering it and all of that. After all, this journey, I believe very much, is a constant and never-ending improvement of learning. So that's what I would say. You're welcome. Jane says, Natasha, I'm wondering what step 11 and 12 were in the 12-step program. Thank you. All right, I'll flash that back up. Let me go back up to the slide that says that. Step 11 and 12 are ultimate secrets to overcoming emotional eating and 10 success principles for sustainable results. So one thing I want to say about the 12 steps, you don't have to deliver them in this particular order. You can actually mix and match them. For example, step 10, rediscover your self-worth and learn to put yourself first. Now, this is one of the biggest reasons why people are overweight or stay overweight. So this particular step, if you're coaching someone one-on-one, you may want to bring forward into like session 3 or 4. The first and second steps are very important that they're done in that order, because it's all about why do they want to lose weight and how to create that leverage for change, and then to set their goals in step 2. But then you can really play around with the different steps depending on what's going on with your client. You need to be able to sort of figure out what is it that you should, how you can best serve them in the session. Now, as you will notice, this is obviously, coaching is very much agenda free. And whereas this particular program has obviously an educational aspect of it, which is very big. And I believe that coaching is not just sharing insights where you're just asking really cool questions, but I believe it's very much about educating and sharing those metaphors and stories to move the client and help them build new beliefs and rules and new values within their life, because our values change and we really need to break through those limiting beliefs. And what I used to believe, as I said to you guys with my story 3 years ago, to what I believe right now, it's just two totally different things. You're welcome. Jamie, do you provide any training on how to set up things like social media, Facebook fan page, and LinkedIn, as I'm not very technically advanced? Yes, of course we do. I think Stuart, no, I don't think I know. Stuart has put together a, what's it called? A little file, a document. And also what he's been doing as well, he can get on with people on a call and he can actually show them his screen and take them through how to do things and give them a bit of a training around that. It doesn't take very long. There is a few different ways. There's obviously recorded stuff we've done for social media, as well as written stuff, as well as the opportunity to be able to have that support one-on-one if you needed that. You know what? At the end of the day, I'm very big on people. Actually, I really appreciate it when my licensees keep in touch with me, keep asking me questions, keep taking action. It's the ones that are doing that are having the most success in this. So actually, my door is wide open for people to open ring, to ask me lots of questions of how to move themselves forward, because then I know they have the motivation to succeed and make this into a 6-figure business, which is totally doable. I did it without an actual program. Now you go out with let me get onto that slide. You go out with a whole stack of products that you can say, hey, this is what I work with. This is the program I have. And how would you like to experience it, at very low risk? I don't suggest that people offer for the first step for free, because I don't believe anyone appreciates anything for free, and they kind of go, oh, well, if it's free, they actually probably value their time a lot more. But if this was important to them, then for $15 to experience the first step, it's a great way of them giving you commitment and just starting to part with some money in terms of getting used to that with their coach. And that's why I always say, if you run workshops, ask for a small price. If you have anything to upsell, a little price as well, because that's where people, when they have skin in the game, that is when they will take action and they will treat it more seriously. I totally believe that. Awesome. Any other questions? I think I've answered everything at the moment. That was okay. Cool. I had there's one more. I had a look at the video on the website and I saw that there is a money back guarantee. Are there heaps of conditions like other programs that can't be met to qualify? No, the only thing that is there, we give you obviously the sheet that says earn back your fees or your money back. and that sheet actually gives you a breakdown action plan. So as long as you follow that action plan and you submit evidence of that being done, they would be happy to give you your money back. I have been in that situation in the past, and it has been we didn't get our money back. We invested in an internet business, and it was something like $15,000, and we did everything according to their rules, and we applied and applied back to get our money back because we really stuck to every rule that they had around qualifying for that money back guarantee, and it didn't happen. And at the end of the day, you just have to let it go. But in terms of that, I am very integral. I'm very, even with the referral incentive, I'm very, very determined that if someone's given me a referral, that I reward them accordingly. And there's no, I do what I say and I say what I do, and that's why everything has worked with me for me. So I'm very relaxed about everything in my life right now, and it's just every day just gets better and better. So that's that. So guys, if you do want to take the opportunity of obviously the bonuses, we are free and open and working right through this weekend, and these bonuses will be only open until midnight on Sunday, and we're certain of that because we recently at the start of February did increase the cost of the licensing because our business has grown and our resources and support has grown as well. And when we changed it, we were certain. And then people came a couple of days later and said, "Oh, but can you honor the old price?" And I said, "No, I'm sorry. You had enough time to think about it. So go away, sit with it if you need to. But by all means, yeah, if you want to chat to us outside of this, there's your little link to book yourself in without needing to chat to us." And Jamie also says, "Okay, seriously, why is it so cheap? How do I organize an interview?" Stuart or myself, anyone really. If you book through that, you'll book into my calendar. But Stuart can take on that call. You can tell us who you prefer to speak to, if you prefer a girl or a boy. And book yourself in. And it's, I think it's a great value. I neither think it's too expensive, neither is it too cheap. So I think it's just right, and it sits right with me. Awesome. All right, so I'm very respectful of everyone's time. I'm so happy that so many of you came. Actually, this is an amazing turnout in terms of the percentage of people who registered have turned up, and I look forward to touching base with you at any other time in the future. And you're welcome. Thanks, Jane. Jane loves my webinars. You're one of the TCI students, I think, and you listen to the webinars. I do webinars so much now. I've become a pro. Yep, she says, yep. Awesome. So I will, I've recorded this call. If you want a copy, I'll also send you a copy. And if you also want a copy of the slides, I can send you that too. Did you want that? I can do that. Just let me know before I click off.